I think I was about 7, and Dad told Mom that she should start a softball team for the girls. And she said, why? He said, oh, they'll give them something to do in the summer. She said, oh, I don't know. Anyway, she did. After not too long, she had 3 teams to look after, so it didn't take long.
Diane was my first coach, actually. It wasn't Graham. And Diane made everybody love ball because we were very young. We were 5 years old. And she, a teacher as her profession, was very good at just keeping us on track and loving the game.
It all started out as a group of girls from East Hants, wanting to play ball. And with a few recruits and some people coming from other areas, we actually represented our province at a national level. And that went on for 5 years.
The year that we were playing to go to the Eastern Canadians, we would have played against North River. So when we won, I can remember being at the field that night and Dad said, Becky and Tracy, do you want to come play with us? And they did. So they were really the first people from outside of East Hants that played with us.
When we started to play girls ball, we all played with boys before. In my community, we had to play with boys before there was any girls teams to play with. And when I was 12, is the first time that Graham and Diane had actually asked me to join them, and we played in Alberton PEI.
Well, I live in Liverpool, and it's a fair distance away, a few hours. So on the weekends, I would stay with them on the weekends, and when we started getting into double headers during the weekdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, he would drive down and pick me up and make sure I made the games, and then drive me home so that I could go to school. He was a coach that loved to have fun, and he'd hit the ball really hard, and he expected you to catch it. He hit her up in the air really high, and the more he made us work, the better he liked it. And we'd have all kinds of laughs, and we'd have a few grumbles along the way because it's like, well, I don't want the ball to go that high, or I don't want it to come at me that fast, but you better catch it, or you were getting another one and it was coming harder the next time.
I believe that Graham taught all of us grit to be confident, to persevere, but his goal wasn't to teach grit. His goal wasn't, he didn't read it in a book that I have to do this for the kids. Like, he wanted to teach us softball. But Graham, in the end, ended up teaching us bigger than that.
Graham was very smart about building the team. He knew that he could support the team, he could finance the team, but he didn't have the coaching skills at that point to be able to take the team to a national level. So he was very smart. He heard that Stan Henniger may be available.
The Canada Games were having tryouts, and Graham brought 1 or 2 or 3 of his players in to try out for the Canada Games team, which I was helping out with. And that's the first time I saw Graham, and he said, Stan, would you come out and help me with my little team? I knew Graham was interested in putting together a pretty good, as many good ball players as he could, so I decided to help him.
You were excited 3 days before you knew you were going to ENFIELD to play. Like, our team was always, and we sat around and talked about it when we went up to see them. We knew what we had to do, who you're going to get, and you could not get an easy hit, an easy run out of them. If you didn't put it in a hole, they had it. As simple as that. They were fantastic ball players. We
went wherever we could find ball to play because there wasn't a lot of ball here to play, especially with females, so we either had to play male teams or women's teams that were the stronger. We always tried to play stronger teams to make us better, but we would often travel to the island to play. We were all over Canada playing pretty much.
Yarmouth, Cape Breton, Summerside, Charlottetown, New Brunswick, every corner of the Atlantic provinces that they could play. And sometimes I think we played up to 100 games in a summer, which was astronomical, right?
I think we only didn't cover, I believe it was Manitoba and Alberta. So every year we were somewhere, and nationally. So
When we went away, Mom, everybody had to have the same uniform. Everybody had to have, we all wore the same clothes. We'd go through the Sears catalog, Mom and I, and we'd buy the same shirt and pants for everybody to wear on the plane or to the banquet, when you're at the Nationals. I don't know why, but that's what we did.
Well, when we first, played at that level, the national level, we were the top team in Nova Scotia, and we thought when we went up there we were going to be just as equal to the other teams. But there was Ontario, the Western provinces were very strong at that time. The pitching was, the pitchers actually had pitches where they would throw the rise ball, the knuckleball, the drop ball, and we didn't really have any of that. So we quickly learned that we had to up our game as well. So then when we came back, every year we just got better and stronger, and like Graham went out and bought a batting machine. Every night we possibly could, we were on the batting machine.
We would go into Dalplex all winter, and Ronnie Clark was in there, and we would use the batting cages and the pitching machine, and we would practice in there all winter.
I found the community was very strong with them. Like, we go to a game in Dartmouth, it might be 4 parents. You go there, the whole place was packed. It was like you were playing a championship game. Excitement, right? So many people watching.
We built community. We brought the community together. I remember, we would fill the stands in Lance. Everybody, it was almost like we were famous within this area, because when people saw you, they knew who you were, that you were on the Enfield elite team, because they would come out to the games.
The most exciting trip was when we went to Newmarket, Ontario, and we won a silver medal. Being in the gold medal game, having to beat Ontario 2 times, we were excited to be there. Sad when we didn't win the gold medal, but it didn't take long by the time we got to the airport realizing how huge a silver medal is at a Nationals.
As growing up coaching against them, watching them, it was very impressive to see how hard they worked. And these girls went away and won a silver, which was just unheard of back in the 80s. And they stacked up with everybody in Canada. So it was a very amazing feat. And that team was just worked so hard night and day and all the way through to get to this point.
When we got that silver medal, it was the feeling I just can't even describe, but it was like, wow, like all this hard work and dedication that we've given this, and it was just a feeling just beyond.
Where they started from, down in the Legion ball field, and where it is today and where it was for those years was absolutely fantastic. And that many short years that I was with them and around them and watched them, that they could come up and win a silver medal at the national championships, and then the next year in Notre Dame, New Brunswick, they won a bronze medal. So it was unbelievable that they were to be able to take that team from nothing right to those medals, coming from a little place in Enfield here.
The main thing is to have somebody behind you that's backing you, like we did as far as Graham and Diane. And you have someone with that much passion to make people want to be something. Anything's possible.
Mom and Dad made a big difference in a lot of people's lives, and we have a lot of really strong friendships with everybody on the team. And Dad considers all the girls on the team like his girls, like his daughters. And the funny thing is, like, all my friends, like, they feel the same way about him and Mom, and it's really special.
Being able to have a family, because my family was in a divorce when I was younger, and my mom was sick, so he sort of adopted me and took me in and made sure that, I felt like I had a family. So that's what they became, my family. So
as time goes by, you still have that connection, and when you run into somebody, it's like, whoa, you haven't seen them for a while, but it's great to catch up. And I think we always have that bond no matter where you are. You know what you've done all through the years in that dugout, and you still stop and laugh at things that happened and all the funny things that we took through there. So
we've developed wonderful friendships through this organization. Every year we still get together. Whenever Stan and Donna come to visit Graham, there's phone calls made or messages sent, and we all arrive down to Graham's for a visit. Darlene comes home from out west. It's the same sort of thing. We have online friendships where we're keeping up with what's going on in everybody's lives, and it has just been wonderful that we still keep in touch and know what everyone else is doing because of this organization.
I'm very happy for my mom and dad and my teammates. We're all the best of friends, and we're all really happy to be being inducted into the East Hand Sports Hall of Fame.
The whole thing is Graham and Diane, if they never gave to us, none of us would have the memories that we have. I know I cherish them like every day. They're a big part of my life, and they always will be. And it's just great to know that there's going to be on a wall, and someday your kids will come and see it, and the next kid, your grandchildren, whatever. I think it's awesome.
It just means so much to us. I feel very fortunate that, we're all here today to be receiving this. Graham and Diane have put so much time and effort into the Enfield Elite team, and so many other people have too. It's just very, very exciting to be moving forward into the Hall of Fame.
I would really like to congratulate all you girls, you beautiful girls. We had so much fun over the years, Stan and I did. And thank you, Graham and Diane, because you took us along for the ride. And I wouldn't do this, girls, for anybody else but you. But do you remember this? Hot ball, baby, like you can. Love you.
2018 East Hand Sport Hall of Fame inductee, Enfield Elite Softball Association.